Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Zane Zeiter. This is Double Z33. Normally this is your home for rock and metal music and pop music, but today we have something special in store for you. This is the video that is the first in my new exciting horror series. If you are new to my channel or if you've seen my videos before and you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to help support my channel. So, as I said, normally this is not what we do. This video is going to be something different. I'm a big fan of horror movies, so I'm going to be making some other videos that are of that nature. I'm going to start off this series of videos with my top 10 favorite horror movies. That is this video, of course. Now, we've all got our favorites. These are mine. These are not AFI's best, not Rotten Tomatoes. These are my subjective preferences. I know your list won't be the same, so let's kick it off with number 10. Inside. This is a French film. I watched it with subtitles. I used to refuse to watch any film with subtitles until just a few years ago, believe it or not. And my goodness, was I missing out. There are a lot of very good Asian horror films that I've seen with subtitles that I recommend that are not on this list, but I highly recommend. You can say there are some honorable mentions for you. One of them is Audition, and another is I Saw the Devil. I believe that both of those are Japanese. And then there's a South Korean film I recommend. It's one of my favorite movies of any genre, and that is Parasite. This film, back to Inside, ties together perfectly, and it somehow got the R rating, but I didn't think it was rated because, especially in the final couple minutes, there's a scene that is extremely discomforting that I thought earned the film a non-rating. So that's why I wouldn't watch this one with the kids. Number 9, Triangle. This is one of those mindfuck films. It plays off of the Groundhog Day formula, where the same day keeps occurring over and over. And the main actress has to find out how to get out of the time loop. The scenes that take place on the boat are some of the most suspenseful scenes I've ever seen. This movie, like I said, is a mindfuck, and I didn't really understand what happened at the end at first. It took me till the next day for it to sink in and understand what the ending of the film meant. And wow, that is why it's my number 9. Alright, number 8, Eyes of My Mother. This film is in black and white, despite it coming out in 2016. It has some beautiful cinematography. It looks great in black and white. And spoiler alert, you'll want to pause here and go forward to the time below if you want to skip this spoiler. There is a torture scene where someone's vocal box is removed, and yes, they show it. And the guy getting his vocal box removed is grimacing and acts very well and realistic. It's probably a good thing it is in black and white, right? Great performances all around, especially by the lead actress, Kika Magalhaes. Don't know if I pronounced that last name right. Hopefully I did, but who knows. And she definitely deserves another role if she's interested. Number 7, finally a classic horror here, The Omen, starring Gregory Peck. One of my favorite parts of the film is when the father is confronting the mother and says something along the lines of, "Don't you think," I'll try to do an English accent, "don't you think it's strange that the boy never gets sick?" Another amazing scene is when they're at the zoo and the animals start freaking out. What amazing effects there. An interesting factoid, the director Richard Donner also directed the first Superman film 2 years after The Omen. Number 6, Trash Fire, excuse me, starring Adrian Grenier and Annalyn McCord. This film is borderline horror, but I love it so much that I am including it. The horror really starts when they travel to Adrian's grandmother in the movie's house. The beginning of the film is a black comedy, and it's very dark and sad, as Adrian's character suffers from depression. The scene where Adrian's character goes into the crawl space is one of those scenes that's one of the most suspenseful that I've seen. It's right up there with the scenes on the boat in Triangle. All right, my number 5. So top 5 now. Gonna stick with the same director as the previous film, Richard Bates Jr. And my number 5 is gonna be Excision. This one also stars Annalyn McCord, as well as Tracy Lords. The film is not rated, so don't watch it with the kids. It has one scene that I think made it unrated, and if you watch this film, or if you've seen it, you'll know what scene I'm talking about. The ending in this one will leave you breathless. Number 4, another classic here, the first Stephen King novel to be adapted to the screen, Carrie. Perhaps the best final 10 minutes of any film of any genre. Number 3, Better Watch Out. If you haven't seen this one, don't watch the trailer before, as it gives away way too much of the film. This film is shocking, hilarious, and the ending is perfect. Number 2, and this was my number 1 until I made a last minute swap, You're Next. This film is non-stop action, and it's got an awesome twist. The kills in this film are very rewarding. You'll be cheering on the good guys. And my number 1, May from 2003, starring Anna Faris in a supporting role, but the movie's scene stealers are Jeremy Sisto, and even more so Angela Bettis, who puts on the performance of a lifetime and brings her title character to life. She's beautiful and incredible in it, so much so that's why I just had to swap this and You're Next, just because I love her so much in the film. She's what makes it so heartbreaking and sympathetic. One critic compared the film to Carrie meets Frankenstein. So how about that for a mix of films? If you watch it or if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Or you'll know what I'm talking about. So that's my number 1. It is undoubtedly a must-see. That's all, folks. I understand I am a modern horror fan, obviously. 8 out of 10 were modern horror films, so very contrarian. I also love the classics. I just love the modern films more. Submit some of your favorites or your top 10 or however many you'd like to list below. Once again, please subscribe. Ring my bell so you get a notification when I upload a new video. If you enjoy my content, you can follow me on Facebook and interact there as well, link posted below. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can do so on my Ko-Fi page, link posted below. See you next time. So long, everybody.